Instant gratification. What is it? I'm sure you hear it all the time. It's basically just a quick dopamine hit. In other words, it's basically just instant happiness. You get a feeling of happiness, and then the next second you're, back to normal. You're not happy anymore, and you want to keep doing that. Video games, fast food, social media. They're all good examples of this. These are all terrible for you. If you're a little soft bitch watching this video and you cannot handle the truth, get off my video. Like, genuinely, get off, get out, leave. Like, I only want people that want benefits. Like, the people that are going to watch this video hopefully want some benefits from watching this video. Take some notes. I'm going to ask you some questions throughout this, and I want you to be able to answer them. Or if you're not taking notes, pay close attention and keep rethinking about what I said. Taking notes will help you. Let's get started with this. Firstly, I'm going to talk about your social medias. Snapchat. Are you serious? Fucking Snapchat? That's got to be one of the most useless apps created. What the fuck? You're just taking photos of yourself to send to other people to keep a streak? Oh my god, me and Mason have a 100-day streak. Fuck off. What the fuck? No one gives a shit. Genuinely, it's so useless. No one cares. It's so cringe. Whenever I'm like on the bus or like wherever I'm going and I see like someone like leaving people undelivered and like not sending snaps or sending snaps just on Snapchat, like replying back to shit, you are fucking cringe. Do something with your life. Do something better than that. Just at that point, just stay off your phone. Keep it in your back pocket. Keep it in your pocket. Turn it off. Power it off. I don't want to see that shit. It's so useless. And then the spotlight on Snapchat as well. Like, both of those aspects of the app are so useless. It's just like a quick happiness hit, and then you just leave the app and like, oh yeah, waiting another 30 minutes, gonna snap back 50 of my girls. Just stop. Just please stop. Like, it genuinely pisses me off. Do something better. Just do something better with your life, please. I beg you. Instagram. Instagram is just as useless, to be honest. Like, I only use Instagram and TikTok for business purposes. If you have watched my other videos, I should introduce myself. I'm Arden, I'm 16, and my goal is to become an entrepreneur when I'm older. And so I have accounts for my dropshipping businesses that I'm going to advertise on. And I'm waiting for the products to arrive so I can advertise on them. But that's the only reason I have those apps. You should always be creating content. Never consuming. Never consume content. Always create it. Unless it's beneficial content, it's not good for you. Like what I'm creating right now. Like I'm creating it, and if you're consuming it, that's what you want. But I'm talking about TikTok and Instagram. The content on that is fucking stupid. You see a dog fall down the stairs and you'll start laughing, and then you'll send it to your mate, and then they make money off you and they make followers, and then their video gets pushed out more. It's only benefiting them. Like, I'm being dead serious. It's not any good for you. Like, no one cares. There's a guy jumping into a pool. There's a guy trying to pour lava on water to see what happens. No one cares. Like, that's just to keep you watching, and it works well. Like, that's wasting your time. Same with TikTok. Get off TikTok. That's going to be one of the worst apps that you can have on your phone. Unless if you're creating content, it's good to create the app. It's good to stay on the app if you're creating content. Don't consume it. You know that the content on TikTok is addictive and stupid, and it keeps you watching. So it's somewhat stupid. if you're creating the content, that's good. But if you're consuming that shit, and we all know that on TikTok and Instagram, you know that you have a lot of tasks to do at home. Let's say you got homework. Let's say you got to read a book. A lot of you don't fucking read, but let's say you have to take your brother to basketball training in like 40 minutes, and like you were like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do something productive for 20 minutes, and then you just go on TikTok to, I don't know, check your notifications, and then you just get fucking sucked in on scrolling. Mindlessly scrolling. Think about it. If it makes you happy at a certain level, if it makes you happy, and then after you finish doing that, you feel like shit again, and you want it again. You want that quick little, can't click, but you want that quick little dopamine hit. That's instant gratification. Delete those apps. Genuinely, delete those apps. That takes me to my next point. A horrible attention span. What the fuck? So many of you know exactly what I'm talking about, and most of you probably do have a terrible attention span. What I mean by that is that you can't stick to doing something for an extended period of time. Because if you're addicted to your social media and you're always on your phone, like scrolling, you're always gonna be like wanting that same level of happiness that you get from that little like 10-second video you're watching. And let's say you're trying to like read a book, or you're trying to work out, or you're trying to like walk your dog. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to want to, especially homework. If you're always like consistently on social media, and your brain is addicted to that short form content, and it just trains your brain to prefer that type of content. So it's so hard for you to stick to something for like a little longer. If you need to do homework for 20 minutes, you won't be able to. You'll probably listen to music. Get that shit out of your ear, bro. Like, you just prefer some sort of dopamine. Like, it's gonna be so hard for you. You guys know exactly what I mean. You guys can't do your homework. You guys can't do your house chores. You guys can't focus on your goals. That's the attention span. I'm gonna give an example in something that happened in my life. Someone I know, I recommended him a 12-minute Iman Gaji video on self-improvement. 12 minutes! Come on, you get scrolling for hours at a time. You can't watch a fucking 12-minute video on self-improvement? And yeah, my fault for caring for you and wanting you to be better. So, I sent him that video. I beg him to watch it. Because I want, like, him to benefit from it. And so I asked him, like, I don't know, a couple days after, I'm like, did you watch the video? He tells me, I watched like 30 seconds of it, and I couldn't be fucked. Are you fucking serious right now? Deadass, whatever you want to say. Deadass. 30 seconds, and you can't even watch a 12-minute fucking video on self-improvement, but you'd rather go scroll for like an hour on TikTok watching like stupid videos of like a car hitting a person, like doing a drift, and then like the bonk sound on it, and like just stupid shit that keeps you addicted. You can't watch a 12-minute video? Are you serious? That's how bad some people's attention spans get. This is bad. It's genuinely really bad. I've got so much to talk about in this video, bro. And then, so that's instant gratification. That's how, the attention span and the instant gratification, they link together. So if you're addicted to social media, your attention span's fucked. I want to talk about music. I wasn't thinking about talking about music, but music is genuinely instant gratification. I don't even listen to music anymore. One reason is a lot of them are degenerate. go look at the lyrics of some of your like favorite like rap songs. Go listen to them. Go like look through them. Some of them are so fucked, and you're vibing. You're like, yeah, let's go, and then you send it to other people that they're fucked. Talking about fucking shooting up this guy and then going to fuck his girl. And then sell some drugs and then go rob a bank. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. Go look at any rap song you want to look at. They're going to say some fucked stuff. Like, they're actually going to go say some fucked stuff. And you're vibing to that shit. Not knowing, like... Or you might know, but you just might not really think about it at that time because you're just vibing. I don't even listen to that shit anymore. Like, I haven't listened to music in so long. And think about it, if you're on Spotify, and if you have like Spotify Premium, you know that you have unlimited skips. You can skip as much as you want until you find that video. No, until you find that song. You just keep skipping, skip, find that song. Let's go. Guess what that fucking is? Instant gratification. That also fucks with your dopamine. There's a song that takes you up to here, and there's a song that takes you up to here. Which song are you going to listen to? This one. Because it gives you that higher happiness. That higher dopamine hit. And let's say all of your songs are here, some here, some here, some here. And then you find that one song that's over here. You're going to listen to that. Because your gratification, your happiness, your dopamine's fucked. You can't listen to these ones. That's instant gratification. That also fucks with your attention span, because I know a lot of you people will skip parts of the song to get to the good ones. You guys can't wait. Like, it's fucked. I don't listen to music anymore. It's because it's degenerate, and it fucks with your dopamine. I wasn't even going to talk about music, but I'm glad I did, because, like, not a lot of people talk about the music topic. Next, I want to talk about porn and fapping. This is just obvious. Porn. You watch fucking, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly where you go. It fucks your mind. You should know this by now. This fucks your mind. You can't talk to women. If you're a guy watching porn, it fucks your mind. If you're a woman, if you're a female and you're watching porn, that's still fucked. I'm talking mainly to guys here. Get off that shit. Get the fuck off it. It fucks your mind. It fucks your confidence. You can't talk to women anymore. Like, I know that so many people that watch porn always sexualize women more. Because that's just what their mind is used to. They're used to seeing, like, a stepsister, and then, like, a stepdad, and then they just go at it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that fucks... And that also links back to the attention span. These are all, like, linked. Like, if you think about it, we know that most of the videos you watch, you skip, most of the stuff because you're not willing to watch it. You just want to get that quick dopamine hit. Quick dopamine hit. These are all linked. Spotify, porn, everything is linked. And that comes from an attention span. That comes from social media. And then that attention span fucks with your porn, fucks with your mind, everything. See, you see how all of these are linked? Stop watching porn. It fucks with your mind. It does. Especially people my age. You gotta stop. Do something better with your life. Instagram models do count as well. If there's like a girl out there that's showing a lot of body, and you're like, no, but dude, it doesn't count. It fucking counts. You're sexualizing her. Understand that. Get that in your head. You're sexualizing her. It's not good. Now we'll move on to fapping. We already know porn is fucked up for us. I'm not going to talk about that much. Because you should already know by now. You shouldn't be doing that shit. We'll talk about fapping. With fapping, yeah, you guys might want to be like, oh yeah, but once a week is beneficial for testosterone. Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't care. I've been through all the stages. I've fapped like multiple times a week. And there's been times I haven't fapped for months. I'll talk about the one time I didn't fap for 2 months. That shit, like, it's good. It's good to not fap. Like, and to not watch porn, because your mind starts to reset, and just fapping. It's just sort of instant gratification as well. Because you want that quick little dopamine hit, and you want it to feel good, and what happens after that? What happens after that? You get that post-nut clarity, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing? I have other things to do, and then you feel like shit, you want to go to bed, and you don't want to do anything anymore. You just feel like you're not proud of yourself. I'll talk about the time I didn't fap for 2 months. I had so much energy. I had so much more confidence. I was so much energetic. I was always talking. I was always laughing. Life was good. And once you get past, I noticed this with multiple things. Once you get past this little 2 month, 3 month timeline, once you like past 2 months or 3 months of doing that, like, you just get used to it. Like, you don't get tempted anymore. Like, I wasn't tempted to, like, fap anymore. I wasn't tempted to nut. I was just living my life. I was happy. And then everyone's like, you're too energetic, just let one out, bro. You're too energetic. Like, my fault for being able to control myself, not having my dick in my hand at all times. Like, come on now. Stop doing that. I know it's hard. I've been through it. But, like, shit's windy, goddamn. Progress. It's good. Even if you, let's say you don't fap for a day. You do it the next. Then you don't fap for 2 days. Then you do it the day after. And then you don't fap for 4 days. That's progress. You're slowly going up. And that's good. That's better than fapping daily or inconsistently fapping and not making any progress. And we all know that it's good for us. Well, most of you haven't tried, but I'm talking about my benefits as a 16-year-old for doing this shit. And I'm not talking about November. If you guys fail November, if you guys don't have that little self-discipline, self-love, if you can't get through November, you are fucked. Actually fucked. I'm disappointed in all of you. I know someone that failed in the first fucking minute of November. I know people that failed within hours of November. How can you not make it that far? Like, if you made it a couple days or a couple weeks, that's better than failing within hours of November. Come on, at least you gave it a go. But if you're just like, oh, fuck it, you know what, I'll just do it next November. You're just like everyone else. You're fucked. You're self-disciplined. You have no love for yourself. You can't control your body. You can't control your hand. You can't control your mind. It's not that hard getting through a month. If you have to have an incentive. Give your mate, give a mate like $50 and tell your other mate to give like $50 and give it to like another mate that's not doing it, and then be like, you know what, if either of us fail, the other person gets the money if they make it to the end. That's an incentive. You'll want to make it there. I'll be honest, I did it with like $20. You'll get $20 to like a mate that held it, and like some failed and I got more money than I put in. Like, I'll be honest, I had an incentive and I made it through November. Like, if that's what you gotta do, you gotta do it. And the fact that people still fail when there's still money and an incentive on the line, because you can't control yourself. You probably feel shit afterwards. You're like, oh yes, and then 2 minutes later, I just fucking lost $20. I just lost $20. Bro, I have so much to get through. Anyways, that's porn and fapping. Just stop doing it. Just try no fap for a bit. Goddamn. Try no fap for a bit. I'm not talking about a week. I'm not talking about 2 weeks. I'm talking about a couple months. See how that shit goes for you. Don't give up. Stop being weak. Build that little bit of self-discipline and self-control. Stop being weak. Just try it. For a couple months. Not days, not weeks. A couple months. But keep building up that progress to get to a couple months. I want to see you there. Next, I want to talk about fast food. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Fast food is just instant gratification. If you go to McDonald's and you get that exact meal you get every time, that always gives you that same level of happiness when you're hungry. If you get your Big Mac meal with some nuggets on the side, that's just going to make you happy. Once you get your order, you're like, let's go. You're happy to get that. And that's instant gratification. We all know it's bad for you. We all know it's processed. We all know it's terrible for you. Dude, eat something better. If it's your last resort, I understand. But if you can eat something better, or you can ignore it, you can reject the offer, and you're not doing it because you want that instant happiness, then you're weak. You can't control yourself. You genuinely can't. We all know it's terrible for you. What happens after you have Macca's? You feel good for like 30 minutes after, and then what? You're like, meh, I don't really care anymore. My dopamine was here. My happiness was here when I had Macca's. Now it's back here. Come on. Soft drinks. Same. Soft drinks is still horrible for you. And we all know it. Terrible. I haven't had soft drink for like over 3 months now. And going back to the fapping part, once you get past that, let's say 2-3 month timeline, once you haven't done something for that long, you're not tempted anymore. I'm not tempted. Anytime I see soft drinks, I'm not tempted anymore. It doesn't faze me. I'm just like, okay, cool. And stop trying to tell me that it's the sugar. It's not. It's not the sugar in the soft drinks. It's the chemicals. Oh no, but bro, I have Coke, no sugar. Fuck off. It's not the sugar. It's the chemicals. The chemicals are horrible for you. Understand that shit. Video games. I want to talk about video games. Come on now. If you're my age and you're still playing video games and you got goals, you got aspirations, you got goals, you got, things to do. If you're playing a sport, you got basketball, go train for that shit. Video games, what the have you seen someone playing video games? Do they look happy to you? They just do that to pass the time. Like, even after that, even if you do feel a little happy, your dopamine drops down. And you feel like shit again. And you crave for that same type of dopamine. And this all links back to everything. That dopamine, you can't be focused on other tasks because they don't give you that same happiness. You can't go read a book because it's here. And your video games is here. And your TikTok is here. You can't focus on that. You can't focus on the productive things. Video games is so just time consuming. You need to grow up. Do something better. We've had our time. You need to move past the old days. The past is gone. You need to become ready for the future. Video games isn't doing it for you. It's not benefiting you. All of the stuff I'm talking about today, none of them benefit you. Fast food doesn't benefit you. Video games, porn, fapping, social media, music. None of these are good for you. None of them benefit you. I hope you're taking notes. I hope you've learned at least one thing. I still got more to go. No, I'm not done. I'm just making sure. I'm just reminding you. This is probably the part where it's important. We're talking about your bad habits now. All of the stuff I've said are bad habits. Scrolling on social media, sending snaps. What the fuck is that? Having fast food. Listening to like degenerate music. What else is there? The video games. These are all bad habits. Bad things that you do. Staying up late. Staying up late can be good in some instances. I'll talk about that in another video another day, but Like, if you're staying up late and doing any of these things, listening to degenerate music, video games, scrolling on social media, get the fuck off that. Someone needs to give you a little fucking slap in the face. Wake up! Wake up! I'm 16. And like, I'm trying to tell you guys what you guys are doing wrong. Get off this shit. Do something better with your life. Like, if you're still watching to this point, I'm proud of you. Because a lot of people do not have the attention span to watch 20 seconds of my video. I don't know how long this video is. Oh, it's 25 minutes. Okay, it'll probably get to like 30 or 35. Just, come on. Grow up. Bad influences and bad habits. What I've learned is that you can't completely get rid of bad habits. What you have to do is replace them with good habits, with the good ones. You can't just stop watching porn. Because the same time on a Monday night you're watching porn, you can't just sit there and like stare at your wall. You're not going to do that. You can't do nothing. You have to replace it. Instead of doing that, you know what, go for a night walk. Go read, go listen to a podcast. Have that self-control. You need to replace the bad habits with good ones. Instead of playing video games all night, do something else. Listen to a podcast. Go for another walk. Meditate. Meditation is so important. I'll get into that in another video as well. Replace them. Go learn a new language. Genuinely. A lot of you guys are going to be laughing at this type of stuff. Go learn a new language. I went through a breakup like 2 months ago. And like, I genuinely had so much free time. I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm Persian. I'm Iranian. Whatever you guys want to call it. So we speak Persian and we write Persian, and it's similar to Arabic. And so, you know what, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to learn some Arabic. And I've been on Duolingo. I'm on like a 36-day streak. And I've been learning every single day. More than you guys. More than the people that aren't doing this shit. And it helps with my language as well. It helps with my Persian. They're all linked. And I feel good about myself because I'm doing productive things. It completely distracted me when I was learning a new language. I was learning, I was happy. That's a true type of happiness you want. We all know that, like, when it's something productive, when, like, I don't know, you get a good grade in school, you're learning a new language. You're happy at that shit. That's the type of happiness you want. Like, I'm not saying you need good grades to be happy, but I'm just saying, like, you get that type of happiness, and that's a true type of happiness you want. Or, like, when you're, like, I don't know, little brother, like, does good in basketball, like, is the best player in his basketball game. That's what you want. You want that type of happiness. Go work out. Go exercise. Like, if you're not, like, doing something that's active at at the teenager type age, what are you doing? Like, go do something. Go be active. Don't push yourself too far, because I'm 16 and I have a fucked disc. Discs, multiple. I have many. I used to go to the gym. I used to go like 6 days a week. I used to fucking grind. If you look hard enough, you'll find a video of me deadlifting 150 kilograms at age 14. That's like top 5%. Like, I'm not that big anymore. I'm not that jacked, but all I'm trying to say is that if you're going to go work out, be careful though. I want you to stay active. It's good for you. I'm not saying lift heavy weights. I'm not saying that's the only way to stay active. I'm saying just do something. Go for a walk every now and then. Go for runs. Go if you play basketball, if you play hockey, if you play football, go do some like drills based on that. Go for basketball, go do some plyometrics. That's like the jumping and like the strengthening your like leg muscles, and just do something. In hockey, go for runs or whatever. In football, go juggle the ball. Do something that's active. Do something that you don't like every day. That's how you build your discipline. That's how you build yourself. That's how you strengthen your mind. A lot of people that like I know, 95% of this world is so against reading. Well, not against, but they're just like, what is he talking about reading? Are you serious? A lot of people don't understand that the only way reading is beneficial and is good for you and is enjoyable is when it's something you enjoy, is when it's something you're interested in. Like, someone like me, I'm not going to enjoy if you gave me a Harry Potter book, or you gave me a book about, like, this knight going to save this princess from a dragon. I'm not interested in that. If you give 95% of the world that same book, they're not going to want to read it. They're not going to be interested in it. If you're a guy that likes cars and you like how cars work and, like, exotic cars, you'll prefer to read a book that's about cars over a book that's about like trees or biology. Someone like me, my aspiration, my goal is to become financially free. Like, I'm dropshipping, I'm working on like businesses and trying to make money off this type of stuff, and like I'm gonna be reading books, and I do read books about like entrepreneurship, business, discipline. This type of stuff. Like, this is the book I'm reading right now. This is probably, like, flipped or reversed or whatever. It's called Unscripted. Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Entrepreneurship. Like, I enjoy this. This is teaching me. This is benefiting me. If someone gave me a Harry Potter book, I'm not going to read that. That is so useless to me. I also have other books I'm going to read. As you can probably see over there, right there. There's some there. There's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There's the 48 Laws of Power. And there's the David Goggins Can't Hurt Me book. And I've done my research. I've done my fair share of research. And I know that those are some good books. And I'm going to read them once I finish this one. Go read a book that's interesting. Go read one you're, like, interested in. Like, I'll give you another example. My 8-year-old brother, his name's Aiden. I talk to him, I'm like, Aiden, why don't you go read instead of spending all your time on an iPad? Before you guys tell me like, oh, he's a little kid, let him play. Fuck that. When I have a kid, he or she is not getting a device. They are not being addicted to a device. Like, my kid is going to play at least 2 sports. I don't care. My kid's going to be like good. My kid's gonna be like strong. They're gonna be, smarter kid. Like, I'm like, just go read a book, and he's like, I don't want to. I'm like, why? And then I like see the books that like his school gives him to read, and like they're all just shit. Fair enough. I wouldn't want to read some princess books either. Also, like, climbing a mountain books. And he's, like, into Minecraft and all that type of shit. So, like, I go out, and I'm like, before that, I'm like, what if I get you a book that you enjoy? And he's like, yeah, I'll read that. He's 8, and he understands. You need a book that you enjoy to read. You're not going to finish a book that you don't enjoy. That's why when school, like, gives me books, for English class, they're like, read this book, and we're going to, like, analyze text, or whatever the fuck they want to do with us. Like, I don't read that book. I don't even get through the audiobooks. I haven't finished a single book throughout high school. And there's been like 6. I don't think I've read more than 20 minutes of them. They're all shit. They're all terrible. I don't give a shit. If they gave me a book about like David Goggins, I'm reading that shit, bro. I'm getting that done before anyone else. Because I'm interested in that. And then so I go out with Aiden, I buy him a Minecraft book, and he starts reading. He's reading while we're walking, he's reading back, like, on the bus back home, he's reading at home. He's interested in it, and he's gonna read it. That's same with everything else. if you're not interested in the sport, you're not gonna play it, right? But like, if you're interested in basketball, you're gonna want to play basketball. You're gonna want to watch basketball movies. You're gonna stay updated on basketball. So this is all common sense right here. Go spend some time with your family. I'm still listing good habits. Go spend some time with your family. Or like your close friends. Stop hanging out with the bad influences. Stop. I'll make another video on this, but stop being close with the people that don't benefit you. Think about it this way. I heard it from someone. It was Hamza. I heard it from Hamza. He said, why be friends with the people that are like bad influences to you right now if you're not going to be friends with them when you're successful? Let's say 5 years from now you're successful. You're going to be associating with successful people. And if these guys are dropkicks and if they're not giving you the benefit of being friends with them, if they're talking about playing Fortnite and they're talking about just other stuff, if they're let's say you want to become an entrepreneur and they're all smart in school academically and they want to go to uni and you don't want to go to uni, they're bad influences. They may be good people, but they're bad influences. Hanging around them long enough is going to make you do the exact same thing they're doing. Think about that. Hanging around them long enough is going to make you academically smart. You're going to forget about your goals. You're going to be more like them. Stop hanging around bad influences. They may be good people, but bad influences to you. And there's some people that are both bad people and bad influences. Stay away from them. Leave, get out. Stop hanging around them. Find yourself a close group of friends. Like-minded. If you guys all like cars, find people that like cars. It might be hard in high school or whatever grade you're in. After high school ends though, think about the connections. Think about the people you're going to meet. Stop hanging around people you won't associate with in the future. There's really no point. Everyone's scared to be lonely. Like, that's fair enough, but if you have like that one close friend and that one close friend is willing to do the exact same thing as you and cut everyone off, do that shit. Don't hesitate, do that shit. I'll go more in depth on this in another video, but stay away from them. Hang out with that one close friend. Talk about what you guys always talk about. Talk about the benefits. Talk about the good things that you guys want to do. Hang around family. That stuff benefits you. It's good for you. Go learn a new hobby. If you get that bored, go learn something new. A couple months ago, I was bored and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to learn how to juggle 3 balls. It took me 3 to 4 days of consistent, learning. And I got there, and I'm always going to know how to do that now. Yeah, it might not be useful or anything, but it's cool. I learned a new skill. It's not that easy just to... Well, I mean, with consistent work, you'll get there, but it's not that... if I just gave, an average person on the street, if I offered them, $1,000 to juggle 3 balls, I know that, 1 in 20 of them will get the money. I know that the rest, the 19 out of 20 people, will not be able to do it because they haven't practiced. I want to learn how to backflip on the ground. Go learn how to do that shit. Everyone's capable, but there's this thing in philosophy, I'm not sure what it's called, but everyone can do a backflip right now. Everyone could juggle. Their hands know the movements. If I was able to control your mind, I'd be able to make you juggle. But if you were able to control mine, I wouldn't be able to because you haven't learned the movements, you haven't learned when it comes down. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's something useful I learned in philosophy a couple years ago. And so with a backflip, it takes practice. It takes a lot of learning. Go learn something new. Took me like 3 days, 4 days of like 2 hours consistently juggling a day. Yeah, let me show you. Like, these are 3 balls. How cool is that? And I'm always going to know that for the rest of my life because of 3 or 4 days of, consistency. Consistency is key with anything. With anything and everything. If you want to get somewhere, you need consistency. Let's say you want to become a basketball player. It's better to train 10 minutes of shooting every single day. That's 70 minutes a week. That's better than doing 4 hours of shooting on one day. That's not consistent. It's better to train 10 minutes a day than like 4 hours on a Sunday. That's not consistent. Consistency is every day. Is when you keep getting better every single day. Doing training once every week, that's not consistent. Like, that's not good enough. Like, you'll just get fucking tired. You'll just burn out that exact day. You're not going to want to do more. Consistency, that's key for every single thing. I was consistent with juggling and I'm always going to know how to do that shit. Like, that's never going to leave my mind. And it's just so cool. Sometimes I go around, I'm like, can you juggle? And they're like, no, can you? And I'm like, yeah. And then they show me, and then I just do it, and it's cool. Like, I'm happy I learned how to do that. I'm proud. I put that hard work in that I needed to learn how to juggle. That's what I'm proud of. That's true happiness. Because I worked hard towards something. I don't need that type of Instagram, TikTok type of video games happiness. That's useless. Doesn't benefit me. It actually makes me happy. It brings my dopamine up in a natural way. I feel proud. I feel accomplished. When you go on social media, when you scroll on TikTok for an hour, do you feel accomplished? Do you feel like you achieved something? Do you feel you could have done better things in that time? Most likely, yes. I hope you've been taking notes. Because if I ask you to name me, like, 3 of the bad habits, hopefully you can name 3. Video games, fast food, social media. Done. Get off the bad influences. This is all instant gratification and it fucks your attention span and they're all linked. Get off that shit. Just get off. I want to see you get better. I'm sure that not many people got this far through my video. But it's good because I'm 16 and I'm able to help people that are around my age. That's what you want. If there's a teenager that's struggling with these type of issues, it's not good to go to like Hamza. He's amazing. Hamza's good, but if you go to like a 40-year-old, they're not going to be able to give you the same teenager advice that I will. I am a teenager. I live in the present. I'm living in the moment of being a teenager. I'll be able to give you more current and experience-based information than like, I don't know, David Goggins, because he's not a teenager. He'll know how to, be better at discipline and, how to be an adult. Because he is one. He's good. Hopefully I've helped some people today. Hopefully you've taken notes, or even if you haven't, hopefully you understand the things that you've been doing wrong, the bad influences, the people and the things that you're doing, the bad habits. Do better. I know you can. I'm going to keep posting content like this, and I'm hoping that this can help people. This is the type of consumption you want. This is the type of content you want to be consuming. Not the shitty ones on TikTok and Instagram. This is the type of content you want to be consuming if your life is shit. If you need to improve. If you have bad influences around you and bad habits circling you. This type of content helps you. Hopefully it did help some people. And hopefully you're going to change. You've learned some new things. But yeah, I thank you guys for watching for your own benefit, because this will only help you in the long run. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.